Welcome guys with a new tutorial. In this tutorial, I will be perform some actions according to radio buttons. How to implement the radio button and how the data of a radio button will be switched into another class or be saved into classes or to another class. So I had built a new package with a name of RAD, and in this I make a class of GUI form with the name of radio buttons. Here is the panel of a radio button class. So here I change the name of my J panel. Main J panel will be main panel. Yeah, it's done. And here I implement some panels to it in it. If you are using NetBeans, so it is really quite easy to just drag the radio buttons and put in it. So here I am implementing some path. So let's try this again. Now I put the radio button 1 and radio button 2. And to perform some actions on it to save the data, I am inputting the button 1 in here and the second button here to refresh this thing. I am just initializing some techniques to use much better. So it's done. But now I change the field name. The text name will be male, and this radio button will be female. So here the field name literally changed as a field radio button, and here the male radio button. So here the button, I will the text in it which will be show it new, and this will be refresh. Okay. So as you see, the text will be changed as a new and a refresh, but the field name will be a refresh button, and this one will be new button. So let's go into main main class of this form, and here in a same package I make a new class with the name of student. In it here I initialize private boolean gender, because gender is in boolean, maybe it is false or maybe it is true, making a constructor of this class. And here I call some getters and setters of boolean and algebra, boolean of gender. So here the getter and setter is done, and the constructor is also done. So I'm going to back in a radio button form class. I'm extending this class to JFrame as I done, and here I'm making the constructor of this class. This dot set content pane, this dot main panel, this dot set tuple close operation, jframe dot exit on close, and this dot back. Yep, done it. And now here I am calling the main method here. In it here, I am initializing the radio button class in it with the name of radio buttons is equals to new radio buttons, and here radio buttons dot set visible true radio buttons dot set size with a dimension of 200 and 200. Means the width and the height of the form will be 200 and 200. So I am going to form class, and here on the male radio button I am creating the listener of actional listener, and it's okay. Same as for female radio button. And for the button, I am also creating the listener of mouse listener, and sorry, okay, it's a mouse clicked, and also the same method of actional action performed. It's done. And for refresh button, at the same, I'm calling. Maybe it will be action listener, or maybe it will be a mouse listener with a mouse click. That is the same method. So it is not to be worried that the method will be the same or not. New button method will be not called properly, so I am calling again with the mouse listener and the click button. Okay, so it is called now. In it here, when I call the buttons, first of all, I want to run this application as I want to demonstrate what will be happen if I click on a radio button or a mail button. So let's try this. So here is a screen. So as I click on the male button and then on female button, that both are selected. But in gender, what we know that a person has a male or a female, not they are the both as a male and a female. So let's try to code for this, backing to main screen of main programming screen as you see. So here in male radio button, I just first of all I want to initialize some here private with a name of gender, but I'm not using the gender because it is a complexity in the class of student. It will be gender, and in this form will be also is also I'm doing the same name with the gender, so you have the possibility to mix this method. So I will only changing the name here with the name of maybe set. Okay, so here in the male radio button I just call female radio button dot set selected will be false, and set which I am calling here set is equals to true, as he is a male, so it is a true. And again in female radio button I will call the male radio button dot set selected will be false. So what's here, if I select a male radio button, the female radio button will be false, and if I select the female radio button, the male radio button will be false, and the value of set variable will be true. And here the variable of the value of variable set will be false. So let's do in new button. I am here in the new button. So now I just do, yep, the student class with a method of a boolean gender. I will call here the class student dot s is equals to new student. As I pass the parameter of student boolean gender in the parameters of constructor, so I do same, but here I pass the value of this variable set, and it's done. And it will be closed. And now in the refresh button, I call male radio button dot set selected will be false, and female radio button dot set selected will be false. Okay. So what's done here to explain you? I just here I do system dot out from print line the value of gender, the value of gender in a radio form class is, as I am calling the same variable of radio buttons dot set. And now as I use the bypassing from here, I am going to student class, and in its constructor I just write the value of, sorry, the value of gender is, as I call this gender here. So let's try by running this program, and let's try to explain you that how it will be work. So I am sharing a screen, and here there is not selected the male or a female button, but here as you see the value of gender in a radio form, means in a radio form, in this, as I call radio form class radio button dot set, it will be a false because I am not passing any value. As in here the statement that which I written in here, the value of gender in a radio form class is, and I am calling the variable of set in it here. So the value of gender radio form class is false because I am not calling here the male button or a female button. So let's try. I am just clicks on a male, and then I click on a new. So as you see, the value of gender is true. As in the class of student, as I written here, the value of gender is what is the value. So I am calling this gender from this class, and from the radio button, the value is passing to the student class. As you see here, the value of gender is true. And let's try something, and I just click on a refresh button, so it will be refreshed, and I will click on the female button, and it will be new. So the value of gender is false. As you see that, you know how to react with the radio buttons, if it will be male or a female, and you see that how the value of a radio button will be passed from one class to another class. So try something, try another method. So here I define the student class. Okay, and I am going to radio button, and the new button here, as I pass the same thing as s is equals to new student dot set if I will be commented, and now I am doing student dot s is equals to new s, and is equals to new, sorry, s, and here s dot is gender will be set. What is their problem here? Initialize s is equals to null, and set will be, the second method will be not count here, because as I see student dot s is equals to new student, in it here I will be called null, not false, and here I set s dot is gender. Yep, is gender will be set. So here it will be set gender. Okay, let's try by running again program here. So this is a new approach. So as you see, the value of a gender in a radio form class is false, and when I click on the male button and new, the value of gender is a student will be false, and as a female it will also be false, because I am calling the same thing in it here, the gender will be false. So I just remove that, and in hit here I will be called set. So it's done now. So running the program again. So as you see, the value of gender in a radio form class will be false, and whenever I click on the male button and a new button, whenever I hit the new button, this data will be transferred from one class to another class as a new button, and here the value of gender is student true. So thank you for watching, and take care.